Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Well, I am going to get ready very quickly, and I popped this open and it popped across the room, so I had to go get it, but I'll just show you. Yes, I've decided, since we just did the makeup comparison, I am going to use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise this time, right in front of you. And so I've got to quickly choose my eye makeup. So I'm deciding to use the one that my husband gave me for Christmas, which was the Naked Urban Decay Cherry. And here are the colors. And they don't really go with what I'm wearing at all, do they? They don't, not at all. Let me see if I've got a little bit more gray tones. Those are all peach and brown, and this is a very gray top. So I don't feel like that even would be a good... Yeah, I think I'm going to use the BECCA Volcano Goddess. Remember this one? I think I can use that. I haven't done my nails yet. So we're just going to, again, the elephant in the room. So I'm going to use these tones right in here. Maybe some of the blue as well. But just none of these three warm tones would I use. But I may very much use the Hematite and the Midnight Sapphire. So let's just get moving quick. Alright, so I'm going to use... we did find out that this Diamond Dust is not a frosted white like we thought it was. Remember? It's gold. It's gold. It's actual gold colored. So, I'm just going to... I already do have some primer on. And I'm just literally going to be just kind of punching this into my skin. So those of you that understand about punching, you punch too. I don't know why I said punching. But I'm going on the inner corner, straight up and down, and across the lid. And then I'm also going to be putting it right under the brow. That's where I put my light colors. And I purposely go past out here on both sides to kind of give a brightness out there. And that's it. So then we're going to move to a little bit thicker brush, a little wider brush I should say. And we're going to use more of a transition color. So I'm using this Volcanic Sand color, because it is also a matte, and I'm going for matte. And all this does is just kind of transition that area. That's a little too light actually, but I'm going to leave it there. Because what I'll probably do is put on a lot of the Crater, or Hematite. Let's go with Hematite. What do y'all think? Hematite? Buff and Blend. Why do I have Buff and Blend in here? Where is... That's what I don't understand. What happened to my other ones? I think I put in another room because this is an all-over blender. These are great blender brushes, but I will use Hematite because it's a little more black-gray. And I'm going to mix it with Crater. So we're going to mix these two, this kind of brown and this kind of slate gray, because it's a dark slate gray. Let's see how it goes. Ink. It's not bad. It's definitely more gray toned, so that's what I was wanting. I'm coming up a little out of the crease, just a little bit, because I didn't do much of a transition, and that was on purpose. And now I'm going to kind of go out in from out here, and I'm just kind of building that V by coming out into the end of the eye right there. And that kind of just did it for me. Yep. Do you see the difference? It adds depth. You don't have to do that. You could have stopped with that. I just like to keep going. Don't stop. Keep on. And I can say that, YouTube, because that is a cheer. It's not a song. I was a cheerleader in high school. Was that surprising to any of you? With my big mouth? Okay, so again, we're just kind of coming up out of the crease just a little. And then we're going to start back here, back there, and come in. Little motions coming in. What that's doing is that blending that color to the outer V. And kind of making us a little nice outer triangle out here on the end, the outer side of the lid. That's all that's doing. I do feel like I got a little too much brown on the first one, not enough of the gray. There we go. Is that good? I think it is. Right now we need a blender, a true blender brush. And this is the Dazzle Crease. What I should have been using, whatever. And we're just going to kind of blend these edges. Just blend them out a little bit. Just kind of blend over them. All that means is that you're going over the edge that you just made to kind of diffuse it a little bit. So it's not such a strong line, obviously. Then I need a short shader or a smudger brush. I like it. All these colors in this palette are a little different than the way they look in the palette. This doesn't look so dark gray, but on me it looks brown, just as brown as it can be. It's got a little bit of dark gray to it. It's mostly like a brown. That's a little better. Here we go. We shall reinforce the underside of the brow only today. That's all. Just one line through it. That's it. And I have on liner because I put that on in the bathroom already. So, and I mean the waterline. We'll put that up. We always have to have extras handy. Put that one in there too. And I already did blush, but I'm going to add a little because it's been a long day. That was early and I'm fixing to go back out. So I'm using the Sigma blush palette and we're going to use this little pink color. And I'm just going to smile a little and go up. Smile a little and go up. Just a little. And a little on the bridge and a little on the ball of the chin. And just dust off what's left underneath. That's all, because I already had some on. Here we go with that. I don't know where we ended on this Charlotte Tilbury palette. We've used it several times, and yet I'm still not really crazy about it. I know you're wondering, Beth, where are you? What are you doing down there? I got this bracelet called Never Lose Hope Designs. Handcrafted and made locally in Georgia. And it is this. It's a long necklace that says Overcomer. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it. There was a friend I was going to give it to, and then I got a real clear message that I probably shouldn't do that. Not everybody takes that kind of thing, y'all. So you have to pray, or if God gives you just a cue that you use a nice thought, but they're not going to take that well, then go with that. And not a fear thing. Just go with it if you feel like it's not really God telling you to do that. Alright, and we are going to use a little bit of a liner. Give myself a little bit of a wing. We're just going to use a little one right there. And maybe a little line right on the lash line. There. Not even coming all the way in because I don't want it all the way in. There's a good bit of fallout all over me, so if you see that all over my face, just ignore it till I can fix it, dears. There. Okay, so now that's done. And I feel like I didn't put a whole lot on, so I'm going to just barely touch my lashes with this eyelash curler, just the tip ends. In other words, I didn't put the metal piece all the way down on my lid, so we'll see will it take it right off or not. I definitely am going to need something for fallout. And for that I usually have a dual-ended brush like this. This is a Morphe brush. I don't see a number on it, but I'm giving this a good long crimping to be fair to this mascara, since we're fixing to judge it. Yeah. And again, I'm just barely doing the ends. I didn't even get, and it did take it off, by the way. I didn't get all the way down to the lid. So how have y'all been? I hope y'all are doing well. I know there's just all kinds of issues that we're all dealing with, y'all. And I'm glad we have each other to talk to about it. I know some of you are really dealing with some physical ailments, and my heart goes out to you, and I do pray for you. And I hope you're praying for me and my husband. You know, I've been telling y'all all about his knee replacement, but I've also been dealing with some hip stuff that I do not have time for any problem, because I need to really... Okay, this isn't coming off good. I think... Oh, I know what it was. I know what it is now. I didn't put any base on today. I put concealer on, and I forgot to go any further. So all I basically got on is concealer, which is okay, but it's just not very good coverage. That needs to be washed too. Okay, so that's why that didn't seem to come on very good. Now, come off very good to me. I'm going to swirl this around. Don't ever go in and out like that. It just takes air down in there and dries it out. Just swirl it around so that you can twist it and swirl it. Because what happens is it gets the brush real wet. And the reason that matters is usually your first experience or two with a brand new tube of mascara, just because the barrel hasn't really solidified a lot of mascara around the mascara wand, you don't get much. And so it just, people say, well, it needs to get old. No, it doesn't. It's just the wand hasn't had time to really absorb a lot of mascara yet. So just swirl it around really good and it will. I certainly hope it's not true that you need time to cure mascara, because that's kind of gross. And frankly, as it gets older, it doesn't get more cured. It gets dried out and you can't use it anymore. But unless you are talking about the fact that you have such a wet mascara that it's so wet that you can't even use it until it starts drying out a little. Maybe that's what some people mean. And for me, if it was that wet, I wouldn't even want to use it. Now here's what I'll say about this. This is one pass and it looks pretty good. Most people would even leave with that on. I want a little more because that's me. Yep, this is because I know what this is. The concealer is so sticky. That should tell us something about concealer though, y'all. Should we be wearing it if it's this sticky? It's catching every bit of fallout, every bit of powder. Even mascara little things that are falling. It's not good. But I feel like I do need some sort of brightening, so I think I am going to go back and order that dual-ended brightener and lift product from Charlotte Tilbury. I'll show it to y'all. Whenever I do this, that always touches right there. Because I feel like it's not a heavy grade concealer, it's just a brightener, and I feel like that's all I really need under my eyes. It's not necessarily a true concealer as much as I just need it brightened up a little bit. That's just me. Some people are truly needing to conceal dark circles. If that's the case, I wouldn't use a skin tone concealer.